Good evening, one and all. Yeah, welcome, Sangeeta ma'am. You would like to start now after our formalities, or you would like to start later?
I like to start later only. Let the formalities get over.
No. Actually, we have two sessions.
Okay.
One session is regularly we are commemorating various international days.
Oh, nice.
So that is daily 1 hour. That is there. I mean,
Okay.
1 hour, half an hour, whatever time is left now.
Okay.
Using that for. So if you want to immediately start, then I will complete the formalities and hand over session to you.
Oh, it depends. Like I don't know. Like you can decide, sir. I'll start by 6:30 only. Not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Then we will come.
Fine, sir. 6:30 is fine. You can so that you can even.
No, actually, earlier we had that, but now we have fixed this commemoration daily.
Okay. Okay. Then you can start. We can start now. We can start.
Either you can complete and take over, or otherwise I will complete and you can take over.
Okay, sir. I'll start now, sir.
Okay, let me introduce, complete the formalities and then hand over.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, one and all. We welcome you to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being and sustainable development 2022, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence, UN Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute and Center for Art Sciences and Wellbeing. So before we start our session, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue to today's session. Today, as regularly we do, we have commemoration today. In that, the most significant is International Day of Sign Languages and other days in commemoration. So we will look into each in detail after today's session. Today we have with us Mrs. Sangeeta Vasudevan, consultant child psychologist. She is a therapist, personality development trainer for kids, adolescents, and early adults, and also a mentor and life coach. And she has over 6+ years of experience treating in various mental health issues, and also various combination of unique procedures by implementing hypnosis and NLP. So we welcome you, ma'am, for your presentation on how to avoid procrastination. So you can now start your audio and video.
Hello
Over
all.
to you for your session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, team, and thank you, participants, for your cooperation. And I would like to start up with my session. So today the topic is how to avoid procrastination. So what does it mean? Procrastination, I'm not going to tell it as a theoretical form because my sessions will carry practical as well. So before that, I would like to tell it in a practical theory, implementation of how to avoid procrastination. So before that, what is procrastination? And my sessions will contain interactive sessions also. So whenever I ask to unmute, or participants kindly unmute and then tell your answers. Okay. So what is procrastination? For example, procrastination is like, I'm just starting up with the session and I'm thinking that, oh my God, why to start up with the session now? So I'm just thinking a lot with a confusing, as well as in a kind of a confusing state of mind, where whether I wanted to start or I don't want to start, or I don't want to start because of some reasons. I have some reasons behind it where I may not be in a position, or I may not willing to say to others also. So this is procrastination, where with my behavior, with my body language, with my sign, with my expression, with my facial expression, and with overall procedure of whether to start up my sessions or not only, it's a lot of time. So I can. So some might be wondering, like Dr. Ravindran sir might be wondering, why am I postponing? But it is me who knows very well that I want to procrastinate because of some reasons. The reasons would follow behind, that is there in the slides. Mary ma'am or sir, can you please share the slides? The first slide which I've sent, the first slide and the second slide. So it is to keep delaying the work. You have to you will be delaying the work that is assigned to do as of now. So you're delaying the work. I'm not doing, I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do. So you are having a firm mind. It is you who are having a firm mind not in the positive side, but in the negative side. So this is also procrastination.
Ma'am, if you have them, you can share it from mobile itself, because
so sorry, sir, I don't have. Otherwise, we'll do one thing. We'll just share it at the end of the session. That's not a problem.
yeah, I will share it with the participants. So
at least one slide is there. The practical slide which I have sent it, you can send it at the middle of the practical.
they
Sir.
are in WhatsApp. I cannot operate through.
Okay,
mobile.
okay. Because ma'am is there, sir. Sorry, Mary ma'am.
Yeah, if she can present, fine.
Mary ma'am, can you please present the slide? Otherwise, we'll share it in the end of the.
I have logged in through mobile.
Okay, it's fine. I'll do one thing. We'll participants kindly excuse me. We'll just share it in the end of the sessions. Okay. So the first reason behind procrastination is boredom. You're feeling bored. You're not able to follow the sessions. Take my session as an example. Okay. I'm going to take only one example or few of the examples throughout the session. So in my session, you're feeling bored. You're feeling bored because of, it could be anything, because of the speaker or because of the language or because of the modulation, or you're feeling bored just like that. It is your reason. So you're feeling boredom because of some reasons, and that is called as a bored. So I'm feeling bored. I'm feeling bored just to listen to your sessions, ma'am. I'm feeling bored. You're thinking in your inner mind, you're thinking in your inner heart, you're thinking in your inner mind, and you're just following, you're just expressing like this. You're not able to sit, you're not able to listen keenly, you're not able to attentively focus, and you're not doing anything. So after this explanation, there will be a practical sessions for 10 to 15 minutes to come out of procrastination. Kindly bear it with patience, okay? So next is laziness. So laziness, just another reason for procrastination. You all knew very well that laziness is a main reason for procrastination. Yes? Don't you all think so? The laziness, main reason for procrastination. The laziness also could be a combined factor or combined reason with boredom also. I'm bored to listen to this lecture because I've been hearing it for 2 to 3 times. I'm bored to listen in the faculty room. I'm bored to go to do my household course. I'm very much bored to drive a car today on the way to my office because of laziness. Again, there could be multiple reasons. Car driving is very tiresome, and car driving is a very long journey. That could be multiple reasons. Okay. Next is not finding it interesting. You're not finding it interesting. That is also because you like it, but you're not finding it interesting. I don't know why. I like this. I joined it with a passion. I joined it with an interest. But then, or otherwise, I'm driving every day to my office with interest and passion. But today I'm not finding it interesting. I don't know why. Because another sub-road reasons, because of traffic? No, some way or the other, I'm not finding it interesting. Next is want immediate results. You want immediate results. You have just attended the interview and you want immediate results. You're not able to wait for even for a week. You're just calling up the HR and asking, what happened to my results? What happened? You keep on calling the reception and wanted to get connected to HR. So this is also like you wanted immediate results. You are not able to wait. So for that reason also you procrastinate. I wanted immediate results. If not, I'm not going to join. If yes or no, tell me right now. Otherwise, I can look out for some other job or I can go somewhere and work. Like that. Finding it stressful. And next reason is you're finding it stressful. You're finding it stressful. Oh my God, the job is very tough. I'm finding it stressful. I'm not able to even look here and there. I'm not able to even turn my body here and there. I'm just stuck in my seat. You're finding it very stressful. So seeing the job, hearing the profile, hearing your role, only you're finding highly stressful. So this is from my book, Personality Development book, which I've written it. Anyone can read it and utilize it. But why am I telling is, I have listed a few of all the reasons for procrastination. So after explaining, I'll be implementing it so that you can even write down, find out the reasons for yourself and implement it with your feelings. Next is worrying too much about the end results. You're worrying too much about the end results means what? Can anyone unmute and tell worrying too much about the end results? You are procrastinating. What does it mean? At least one answer. You're worrying too much about the end result. Yes? Any of the participants? If not, I have to continue. Okay. Okay. You're worrying too much about the end results. You're worrying what will happen to my results. I have written, or you would have already started writing, or you wouldn't have finished only, but you're worrying too much about the end results. What will happen if the results come like this? What would happen if I got this type of result? If I got this type of remarks, what would happen to me? So you're worrying too much and you're procrastinating. You're not able to start in you're just either you stop or you think a lot and then you procrastinate. So this is one point. And expecting lots of appreciation for the work at the beginning itself. You're expecting lots of appreciation. You wanted always applause, reward, awards, recognition. It's true. It is fair. It is correct. But not at the moment of starting itself. You should aim for it, but do not go behind success. That means what? Success. You should pull the success towards you. You should be able to do your work and leave the results to your efforts and dedication. Correct? Am I right? You should always do your work, give quality work, take your time. And take your time means not too much also. Not too much. You know about your deadline. You know about your timings. So expecting lots of appreciation for the work at the beginning itself, we are expecting lots of work. There is a proverb, well begun is half done. Old saying and proverb, you would have, when you go through the old like idioms and everything, you will find out the proverbs and idioms, the grammar book. But then also, you have to put your efforts to your results. Next is lacking motivation. You're not having motivation to listen to the session, or you're not having any kind of motivation to do the work, or neither you're having inspiration or like a motivation kind of book, or even if it has also, the trigger is not coming out within you. All the it's not a blame. I'm not saying that you have to take this blame. You have to take the responsibility. One needs to, everyone has to take the responsibilities. You have to listen to the motivational speech for each and everything, for the work, the context, according to the context, according to the work. I have to listen. I have to go through Google. I have to Google or YouTube. I have to listen to motivational speech. Motivational speech general also is there, according to the topic also is there, correct? Cookery, how to do cooking, or how to do this assignment, project, or how to mold the kids, everything. You have to take the motivation. Kids are precious in our life. We all knew that. But then also we need to take the motivation from others without comparing. So there is also a sub-roots for each and every point. There can be also 3 to 4 combinations of reasons for procrastination. See, it seems to be simple. Need constant monitoring. It's only 2 or 3 words. The reasons are only 2 or 3 words, but then it carries a lot of meaning. Need constant monitoring. You're not able to do the work properly. You need always constant monitoring. Vikash, do this work properly. Or Ajay, how many times I have to tell you, you have to do this work properly. So you need constant monitoring. Oh my God, this work should not be done like this. This work has to be done in a different way. So like that, you need constant monitoring. Monitoring not only in the methods of work also, you're taking a rest. Again, you have to be monitored by someone else to do the work. Got it? So these are some of the reasons. And again, overwhelmed at the given work. You're just overwhelmed at the given work. Oh my God, overwhelming, no? That breathtaking effect. Oh my God, this much of work. The starting itself, you're just overwhelmed. WHELMED. So overwhelmed means overwhelmed. Already it is full of, what to say, it is, you're already having running short of time and everything. Then only you're thinking a lot about the work. Then what will happen to the work? Again, keeps on postponing. So what that has been assigned to do now, you got the answer for procrastination. That has been postponed, delayed because of your own reasons. The reasons could be, I told you, always. You can choose among these. Next is not knowing how to proceed through the job. You're not knowing how to proceed through the job. You're suffering like this, you're suffering like that. You're not knowing how to proceed. How to proceed throughout the job. Whether this is this way out or this way out. It is like the you have seen, no, the Tinkle book or any other book, comics book or story books, where they will put, no, the maze. London, you have lots of maze, no? When you enter into one maze, it is difficult to come out of the other maze, they say, no? UK. So like that, like in a shopping complex, you don't know the way out, procedure, the method or the procedure, you don't know how to go about with it. Not knowing how to proceed through the job, whether to start from here or start from there. The rabbit will be there in one side of the maze. You have to draw a line to take it to the route, the way out, correct? So like that, there should be someone to constantly monitor, as in the before line, as I've already told you, to take you to the procedure. That could also be there. Next, not knowing how to proceed through the job, anticipating failures due to past failures. You have failed in your past assignments and you're anticipating. Anticipating always comes for the future. Worries, in terms of anticipation, you need to tell for future anticipation. Like we say, no, to positive or expectation, like that. Anticipation means you're just worrying about the past failure. So past I have failed. So now also, this time also, I would fail. So I'm not doing the job. I want to procrastinate. So habitual, next point is habitually cultivating postponement of work. You got the practice of postponing because of laziness, other reasons. So you're habitually cultivating to postpone the work. Correct? Now you're used to it. You have already postponed tons of time. So again, you're habitually postponing. Okay, I'll postpone this time. I'll postpone this time. I'll postpone this time. So that should not be there also. Next, fear of imperfection. You are having a fear of imperfection. What will happen? Okay, I wanted to learn a car. Okay, driving license. Everything is there. Sorry, driving license will be provided, and you're having elbow and you're driving a car. What is that? If I dash like this, if I turn the steering wheel, what if I dash against a tree or a wall or like that? You're having a fear of imperfection, whether I will learn properly, even if license is given, whether I will learn properly. You're having lots of question mark, and you're worrying about the unwanted. It is again an anticipation. So you can combine. Next, imperfection, but fearing with respect to imperfection. You don't know whether to turn this side or this side, right or left. Then finding it very hard to begin. You're finding very hard to begin. Hard to begin means the mind. Because of stress? No. Something hard. With the procedure? No. Something hard. You're finding it like how a wave, sea waves will come. Keep on pushing you. You have to stand firm on the mud. When the sea wave comes, in the beach, you need to see that your legs are rooted on the mud, right? Little bit of that firmness will be there, like that. You have to stick on to it. Take the inspiration. There are so many motivational speakers out there nowadays. You have to take the inspiration from others, motivation from others. Okay, and finding it very hard to begin always will work out when you get motivation from others. This is one hint I have given. Okay, and we'll discuss a lot through practical session after completing this. Next, only few points to finish off. Please bear it with patience. Then, too much analysis about the work. You are having too much analysis about the work. And you're analyzing the work a lot before only you are starting it. You're analyzing a lot. So too much analysis about the work only. Before only it could be started. And you're postponing. Okay. And comparison of previous feedback about the task. You're getting a previous feedback. I mean the remarks, as we have already discussed before. Previous, and you're comparing this. Oh, last time 60%. Now 50 or 70. It could be 50. If it is 50, what will happen? Your motivation will go down. But this time, for example, you would have done it better, but because of some reason, silly errors, you would have got 50. That and all you won't consider. You will consider only I got 50, that's it. Then you will postpone. Then lack of drive towards the work. You are not having a drive towards the work. Drive again and inspiration, a trigger from within you. That should come, drive always should come from within you. You have to take motivation from others and you have to carry the drive within yourself, oneself. I mean, within you. Then degrading oneself. It is like degrading oneself. Yourself is like putting down you. Your self-worth will put down. Your self-esteem will put down. This is called degrading. Confidence is different. You're without knowing the work or not, you should be confident. Whether what happened, yes, I'm confident about doing it. You're confident. Self-worth and self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem comes from is derived from self-worth. You're just underestimating yourself. What will happen if you underestimate yourself? You will never ever think in a creative way. You'll never ever think even about finishing the task only if you underestimate. Even if you underestimate, even if you have done very well also, if you had underestimated yourself, if someone degrades you, you will think, oh, I'm not worth. Why should he appreciate me? Or if someone appreciates you also, you will think, oh, why should I get appreciation from him? Because you have degraded yourself. Next, doesn't believe in one's performance. You're not able to believe. You're not believing in your performance only. It's again a very, very tough to start. Because of that, you're procrastinating. Because you're not believing in your performance. Oh, I won't perform well. I'm not going to compete. Today, there is a vocal examination, or there is a singing competition, or today there is a dance competition. I'm not going to perform. Or I'm not going to, because I don't believe in me performing or dancing for about 2 to 3 hours. Classic dance. Next is finding it less important. You're finding the session or the class or the the work also less important. You're finding it less important means finding the work. Because of it, you procrastinate. An assumption of failures. You're assuming that failures will happen and you procrastinate. Assuming means what? It won't happen. You're just assuming. You only assume failures would happen and you procrastinate. Next is wanted only easy way or method of performing the set task. You wanted only easy way or method for performing the set task. So you wanted only the easy way, shortcut way. You're not going to take the hardcore. Actually, to be frank, it is better to lose as a hard failure than as a easy, lazier person. Correct? Even if when you try hard, if you lose also, people would appreciate you. Some people would appreciate you, or even you can get appreciated by yourself. But if you, without trying or doing any shortcut way, and if you get it, it is not acceptable. For that reason also you procrastinated, because you wanted only easy way or method of performing the set. The set task means the fixed task, not the set SET. Next, I know what to do first attitude. You're having the attitude. Attitude means not ordinary attitude, the egoistic, more than egoistic, the negative attitude. I know what to do first. You need not guide me. I don't want anyone to guide me. I don't want to get guided by anyone, anybody, even my boss comes. I don't want to get guided. So you have that attitude to do first. For that reason, you procrastinate. I know what to do first. Okay, you need not tell me. So I will do. I'll take my time. I will do. You procrastinate. Next, fear of failures. You are having fear of failures also. What will happen if you fail in this? Fail in this examination. I'm going to attempt. What happens if I fail? You procrastinate. Okay, I'll take up next. What next is what happens if it's going to give negative results, not able to accept it? It's like fear of failures, but what happens if it gets negative results? Results can be anything, even a test or anything, even a procrastinator. You're having fever and you're having a kind of BP checkup or like that. You're worrying about the results and everything. You procrastinate. Okay, I'll visit the doctor shop next time. You procrastinate. Okay. Next, less preparation about the task. You're having less preparation about the task. Whose mistake is that? Less preparation can be due to, if it is a valid reason, you're not prepared because of some reasons, health condition or like that, it is fine. Otherwise, you have to take the responsibility. Then you procrastinate because of less preparation about the task. The task only you're not prepared. Naturally, you will procrastinate. Next, less passionate towards the job. Obviously, when you are not having passion towards the job, you will definitely are going to procrastinate. Next, finding it monotonous. You're finding the job very monotonous. Monotonous, no? The same kind, the routine and everything. Oh, this work, I have to do it in this way. I know. I will do next time. Next is this step, this step, this step. Okay, I'll do next step. You procrastinate. Then you're not ready to take the responsibility. You're not ready to take the responsibility. For that reason also you procrastinate. You're not ready to take the responsibility. You're not ready to hold your profile, your job, your profile or your role in that work. You're not ready to take the responsibility. Even as a supervisor role also, you have to take the responsibility, right? Supervisor role, and in fact, in companies, factories, anywhere. Every role is very important, right? Even I have achieved a very high position, so I'm not going to look after the company. Nobody will tell like that. So you have to take responsibility for each and every role. Each and every role is important, like an LKG kid, kindergarten, and reaching the 12th. Each and every role takes you from subordinate to higher position. Each and every profile is important. Like how you eat food, chew it, and it gets digested first in the mouth and later on goes to the stomach. Like that digestion, you have to go by step process. If not, you will procrastinate. You have to take the responsibility. Last 2 points: finding the job as burden. You're finding the job very burden. Overwhelming also is there. Overwhelming means simply also you'll overwhelm. Oh, because of this, or because of this part is right. Say up to second and third half is fine, but fourth half, oh my God, overwhelming. That is different. Burden completely. The work profile only is a burden for you, a big task for you. You procrastinate. Next, fear of time limit. Oh my God, I have to finish off in 1 hour. Oh my God, the time it's running up. I'm running short of time, and you procrastinate. You're not able to do. Only 1 hour is given. Oh my God, I'm not going to take up this time. Oh, within just a minute topic, I have to speak within a minute. All that the topic given, I'm not going to take up this. Okay, you procrastinate. Now, what you have understood from this? We'll enter into practical session. Can one of you unmute and tell what you have understood from this? Or the reasons enough for you to do the practical session, so that I can guide you in practicals?
Actually, ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, when you're telling if we should do with confidence any task we do, and in spite of that we lose confidence anywhere it goes wrong also, we should not get upset. You should continue with the task.
Okay.
That only I was telling. Actually, it's a very good point. Actually, I found it that one.
Okay, fine.
Because
So
we take up, we do a lot of preparation and we do the task, but somehow by circumstances, some disturbance come in between also.
Okay.
We should not lose our confidence, but we should continue the task and finish it to the end level.
Yes, correct. So we need to finish up the task, but we procrastinate. The reasons for procrastination varies from person to person. Correct?
Yeah, how you take it. But
yes,
most of the time we should take it in positive, then only we can do better next time.
Exactly. So
yeah, very good point you brought, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. So I'm next going to tell you enter into the first step of the practical session. Okay. Now, when everyone has identified the reasons for procrastination, some might think, okay, I procrastinate because of laziness, correct? And some would tell I procrastinate because of 2 reasons: laziness, boredom. At least for each and every person, 5 to 6 or more than 10 also will be there. Or minimum 5 to 6 or 4 to 5 will be there. For example, office. Oh, stress will be there. Then sometimes some work will be of interesting and some work will not be of interesting. And deadlines will be there, time limit will be there. So this only covers a lot. And what happens if I get bad remarks from the boss? Negative remarks. Because we should always obey to respect the decision of the higher officials and authorities. Whatever it is, we need to accept it, accept it, accept it, and work out towards it progressively, positively, and futuristically. So you have to think in what way it is affecting you. Now, if all are ready, we'll just start up with the practicals. And before that, I want you to take a comfortable position and either to open your eyes and or close your eyes for imagination. Either to open your eyes or close your eyes for imagination. Whichever is comfortable. Sit comfortably, either to open or to close. After deciding, just take a look to the left side, right side, center. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out at your own pace. Short, quick breathe in and long, continuous breathe out, almost double the times of breathe in. Breathe out should be 7 to 8 seconds minimum. Do it continuously. Follow my instructions. Open your eyes and continue the timings, breathe in and breathe out. 3 to 4 seconds breathe in and 7 to 8 seconds breathe out, minimum. Open your eyes firmly. We can blink then and there. Little bit of curvy smile in your lips. Lips should always carry a curvy smile. Do not droop your shoulders. Sit erect. Spine should be erect. Feet firmly ground on the floor. Legs should be parallel to the feet. Thighs, I mean the thighs. Sit erect. Do not shake your body. Breathe in, breathe out. My instruction has the kind of the NLP and hypnotic process. Cool, you can do it. Now think of any work or pressure or job that is giving you a kind of a procrastination for 30 seconds. Be silent and think, breathe in, breathe out. You don't want to do the job because of the reasons which I have highlighted. Do not mug up the reasons. Think your reasons and associate it with why. Why am I procrastinating? Then associate with the reasons which I have told you. Do not mug up the reasons. Breathe in, breathe out and tell I am procrastinating because of dash. What is the dash? Fill up. Laziness. Your reasons. Fear of failures, less confident, not having self-worth, anything which you find it. 1 minute I will give. Repeat the sentence n number of times within 1 minute. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, identify, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, and identify the feelings associated with the bodily feelings. Whether you are getting irritation or anger or guilt. Why am I procrastinating? You are feeling guilt or repent or frustration or depression or any of the feelings which you don't like it and don't want to procrastinate anymore in future. When you identify your feelings, follow my instructions and your duty is only to breathe in, breathe out. When you identify your feelings, suddenly, like laziness, you will get a kind of a anger within you. Oh, I am procrastinating because of laziness. Getting that anger. So you want to stop that feelings. So be silent for a minute and tell your inner heart, open your eyes now, slowly open your eyes, breathe in, breathe out and tell your inner heart, I'm not going to procrastinate anymore because of laziness or boredom or lacking motivation or anything. And I'm going to stop my anger or frustration, whatever. Stop from now. Will you tell? I'm going to breathe in, breathe out, open your eyes and tell, I'm going to inner heart, inner mind. I'm going to stop procrastination because of the reason. And I'm going to stop anger, which will not continue anymore within me. Repeat it few times till you feel you're come out of that procrastination because of that reason and body. Take couple of minutes time, breathe in, breathe out. If you feel like closing your eyes, please close. Kindly set an intention within you. One more minute to go. Yes. slowly come out of the work mode. Slowly relax. Relax yourself. Pat yourself for the body which has cooperated within you. Tie up the work now. Come to the refreshing mood. If you have closed your eyes, kindly open it. Rub your hands and place it on your eyes. Look at the world. If you have already opened your eyes and you have done it, just smile at the world. Always think that identify the reasons. You will get educated in your mind. It is like programming the mind. The kids can always understand only 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. LKG kid. I'm talking about the average, okay? Normal LKG kid. It can't understand 5 plus 5 minus 4 is equal to is also 1. Oh, sorry, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. And 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. It will get confused like that. Program your mind in a step-by-step way. I first work profile. I set up virtual environment. Identify the reasons. Don't justify or don't manipulate the reasons at any cost. Just associate your reasons with the feelings. And always tell your mind, I will not do that. The mind always can understand and records positive and negative adjectives. For example, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm smart, I'm dull. Both positive and negative combined. No? I'm average, I'm not smart, I'm dull-headed, I'm fool, I'm stupid. But what happens? Even if one negative, if we get comment, it is like a critic when we degrade ourselves. We can't accept that. Then how can you accept procrastination, degrading yourself, laziness, boredom? The body will get used to it. The body will become like a wall. Only when a ball is thrown, it will come back. Newton's third law of motion. But what happens? You need everyone to motivate you like a ball. Ball is like throwing motivation. Think that someone is throwing a ball at the wall. What happens? It reflects back. Motivation, you want every time motivation. What happens to your mind? It won't get programmed. LKG kid, when that kid learns the summary, the mathematics or science, it will be doing very good because all kids are of the same level. But again, why that variation is happening? Because some will have spoon feed, like some will do step-by-step procedure, and some will take time to grow up in life, and some will take lots of time, and some will do of their own methods and procedures. It's like programming the mind. Different people call it different way. Attention deficit, no, nothing like that. Hyperactive, no, because the kids are not interested, they behave like that. So we need to find a way to make the kids understanding like that, to make the kid understand like that. We need to find a way to come out of procrastination. Got it? Understand your body. The body should cooperate, the mind should cooperate. Otherwise, what will happen to your mind and body? It will deviate naturally here and there. You've seen many scientists who are having a kind of many disorders, or they say no, the specific learning or even attention deficit. So many important persons also they have. It's not a problem. They have find a way to come out of it. Later on, they have succeeded in life like that. I'm requesting everybody to find a way out of it. Monotonous, combine it with something, a music or learning, or a kind of learning. Take a break. If your work is scheduled for 2 hours, take a break and do it. Or nobody has told it has to be done continuously. Even some work has to be done continuously. What is that kind of a work? Even pilot, no? They operate and they get the guidance from the ground engineer. The staff is on the land, right? They should not deviate. Think about the toughest job in the world, painting. They have to do painting on the for example 24th floor building story building or like that. It is very tough. We go by lift again. It's very tough to design, no, for all the buildings. So think about the work. If they procrastinate, what will happen? If they program, if they leave even a single code, everything is technology now. It's very simple to operate, button wise, operation wise, everything we think. But again, programming is very tough. Like that, programming of the mind is very tough. Go step by step. We can win from procrastination. Okay, so just cool. Take a relaxed look. Let's stop procrastination. Let's take an oath from now to stop procrastination or procrastinating the work from now. Don't expect the results. Just do your work. Leave the results to your efforts and dedication. So thank you. And thank you, I've already told, for your active participation, involvement, and for your patience in listening. Thank you all. And thank you, team. Thank you, sir. I've just completed my procrastination, and I request the team to send the slides later on. Sir, you can just continue with your formalities or the conclusion of the session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a really nice session and very important topic because, this procrastination is quite common among all of us, and we always tend to delay or postpone. We'll do it later or tomorrow or some other time. But we have to prioritize because we all have same 24 hours. And everyone takes time for something else. If we are not taking time, then definitely that is not our priority. It's not like we are not free or we are not busy. Everyone is busy. Even for that matter, a person that sarcastically one says, even if there is no work now, he has full of work of eating, sleeping, and dreaming. So similarly, that person's priority is that. So other person priority is something else. So it's all about priorities. If we feel that is important, that is very much required, we give time for it. If we feel that it is not important, then we try to postpone it or, try to maybe even not make a choice of not doing it or not taking it. So maybe instead of saying, busy, I think the better word is it's not a priority for though being blunt, but I think that is the way people are nowadays moving to, with wide range of choices available, especially because this is a very important topic, and especially, this world, when we are talking about full of corruption, people also say, because we sometime back, we had a discussion, why we are not able to put end to corruption, because there is an alternative. If this person is not taking bribes, somewhere down the line or up the line, someone else is taking and someone else is doing that work. So, at times being truthful also, doesn't work, because there is always a mechanism where you can, overthrow or, jump over and get the works done. Both, though it is not relevant to this topic, but, even when they try to be, because there was just a case we were discussing about. So I thought, even this procrastination also at times is good, and at times, can be bad also. So if there is something that couldn't happen or that shouldn't happen, if we delay that, that is, contributing. But if something is to be really done at this moment, and if we are delaying that or procrastinating that, then, that delay or that cause, that benefit goes off. So in both the ways, I think it's beneficial, as well as, it's also sometimes harmful also. as you have rightly, pointed out, how procrastination can be used, as a productive tool or a method or a strategy or as a negative this thing. Maybe we can take it up in detail also. Maybe you can take up in
Sure,
that
sir.
perspective also, how it can be a better strategy, or procrastination as a strategy or as a method or as a tool, something like that, in any upcoming sessions.
Yeah, sure, sir. I'll do that. Thank you.
So thank you, ma'am. It was a really wonderful session, and we wish you all the success for your future endeavors.
Most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So we will move on to other sessions. If anyone has queries, you can leave it in chat box. If they're not, even you can use the feedback form also to share your thoughts or observations. Then without taking much time, because it's already we have some time, so we'll just quickly move on to today's commemorations. So today is International Day of Sign Languages, and it's very important because pertinent also. There are disabilities are growing thanks to modern science. So a lot of pollutants and genetic modifications, we are playing havoc with our own systems, and definitely we need to thank our modern science for creating so much of this, what we have to say, destruction or disasters, that there is a steady increase of destruction, disasters in all domains. I don't see any productive thing that is happening. Maybe if we see also, maybe I'm not so negative, but the kind of hype it is creating, and its contribution to the planet or to the society as such, there is no significant contribution, whether it is really contributing to the society or whether it is really creating devastation or destruction to the society. Even I'm not able to justify, because I don't see any prospective thing. Daily we are seeing many reports across the world, the deteriorating climate and the extinction species, and the lot of unwanted things, unwanted cultures, unwanted practices being promoted, which are not at all healthy, unhealthy practices, unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy, and they are being widely promoted, and propaganda, lot of propaganda, lot of business, and see recent reports also, what COVID, unnecessarily lot of medicines have been prescribed, and a lot of huge side effects, and now the publications are flooded with the side effects of various COVID medication. Now it has again bringing us to rethink what these people have really done to us. They have really encashed our fear, and they did very good business. And today's the recent articles, today's and yesterday's articles in media also have shown how the medicine or the pharma industry has benefited in the COVID, and they became one of the richest people in the world. Where is the humanity? Now everyone, even the businesses, took this opportunity to exploit. People are dying. And today's report also, in media and other ways where, in every 4 seconds, one person is dying with hunger. And we are, what we are doing really, what we are contributing to the society. So when we think of all these things, what kind of contribution this modern science is contributing is really a questionable. Is it really contributing? Is it really sustainable? And what kind of efforts it is putting is really the science itself has to answer to all these things. And maybe, no, they don't have answers for themselves. But we are very optimistic and hope, like life is a cycle. Everything, like people say now, old is gold. So we will come back. Maybe it's the time that shows us what, exactly what our ancient science is. And definitely, nowadays people are like, there is nothing going to teach them unless and until they personally go through them. So this is what kind of nowadays we are seeing. Earlier we used to learn by hearing, by seeing, by watching, but now the learning only happens when we go through it. When we personally go through it only, we have reached that stage that we are no more bothered about something happening to someone. No, one person is dying with hunger, and we are lavishly ordering plates and plates of biryanis, and lot of meat is consuming, and otherwise we could have fed them. And we are talking about so much of mental health, or health, or whatnot. Webinars, seminars, conferences are going on, and no one is talking about these hunger deaths. Basic things we are lacking, and somewhere, we are talking about superficial things and, very specialized things. But who is going to talk about these common things? The basic things we need to be, how sustainable we are, how sustainable our practices are. So that is more important. You can't see every 4 seconds one person is dying of hunger. Is that the news? Or some celebrity doing something, or some person is doing something, or some stupid news is a thing? That should be the news across the world. But hardly media, governments, or even a lot of programs I have been attending since morning, not even a single program on that. So lives doesn't matter for us. Someone is dying every 4 seconds, and we are not even bothered to have a discussion on it. What kind of people we are really? What kind of systems we are having? Or that is no priority for Indian. Maybe that's why I was, saying it's not our priority. It's all about, it's not being busy, not being anything else. It's about priority. Because among that, among the, what I meant to say is, that person who is dying is nowhere related, is not from our community, or not from our area, or not from our family. So we are not bothered. Oh, someone is dying, okay, let him die, or let her die. What we have to do, we will enjoy relinquishingly. We will enjoy our, meat. We have discussed many times, and we have organized many programs in universities, colleges also. How much, crop, food grains, food production is going for this production of meat from cattle and various things. We regularly keep organizing online and offline, but the consumption of meat is rising like anything, and we don't even care for fellow being, even if we die also, uh, because they are not related to us. So that's why I was quoting, I was saying, unless and until we go through personally, we never feel that there is. We talk about so much of empathy. How much empathy we really have? We don't even show empathy. Even media is not showing empathy. The magnitude of the problem, person is dying for, 1 minute, almost 10 to 15 people are dying with hunger, and no one really cares about them. How much injustice is being caused, how much discrimination it is being caused. And it's not even the news, at least for today or yesterday. Yesterday, one media has, or today, I think, I read one article in Telugu newspaper. How pathetic it is, how disturbing it is. So similarly, I think we talk about so much empathy, but we really don't practice empathy. We are not empathic. We are not sensitive to so many issues happening that around us. We think, okay, it's not affecting us, but why it is not? Tomorrow, if something is happening to someone tomorrow, it can also equal. There is an equal probability of happening to us also. Maybe not today, but tomorrow or some other day. So we need to focus on various these things, issues. So maybe it's not that we have to take everything into our head, but definitely, at least a minute of silence, a minute of care, concern, where we can discuss constructively why this is happening, and at least everyone can contribute by giving up these meat products, and at least whatever the food crops going for this meat production or cattle rearing or cattle farming, we can have that substitute to feeding the poor. And a lot of, we see this lot of even the Food Corporation of India, or for that matter, because when we are talking at Indian context, or maybe globally also, because hunger deaths are happening globally. And this effective functioning of these public distribution system across the world, or such corporations or such governments which are planning food security, a lot of wastage we see. Even after collection, they don't properly distribute, or it is not reaching. Even if it is reaching, they are highly being misused, and they are not even in a position to consume that, or it's not worth consuming. A lot of issues are there. So a lot of problems we need to really focus on. Maybe I think when some other time we will see, because of time constraints. But just I thought I would share this to everyone, so that at least we have a thought regarding that. So, okay, let's move on to today's commemorations. Today is International Day of Sign Languages, and sign language unite us because it's a language where we can connect to the deaf people. So the International Day of Sign Languages is a unique opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural identity of all deaf people and all other sign language users. During the 2022 celebration of the International Day of Sign Languages, the world once again highlighted the unity generated by our sign languages. Deaf communities, governments, and civil society organizations maintain their collective efforts hand in hand in fostering, promoting, recognizing national sign language as part of their country's vibrant, diverse linguistic landscapes. And we have international sign language and also regional, national sign languages. Even we have Indian Sign Language. And according to the World Federation of the Deaf, there are more than 70 million deaf people worldwide. More than 80% of them live in developing countries. Collectively, they use more than 300 different sign languages. And sign languages are fully fledged natural languages, structurally distinct from the spoken languages. And there is also international sign language, which is used by deaf people in the international meetings and informally when traveling and socializing. And it is considered a pidgin form of sign language that is not as complex as natural sign languages and has a limited lexicon. So the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities recognizes and promotes the use of sign language, and it makes clear the sign languages are equal in status to spoken languages and obligates states parties to facilitate the learning of sign language and to promote linguistic identity of the deaf of community. The UN General Assembly has proclaimed 23 September as the International Day of Sign Language in order to raise awareness of the importance of sign language in the full realization of human rights of people who are deaf. The resolution establishing the day acknowledged that early access to sign language and services in sign language, including quality education available in sign language, is vital to the growth and development of the deaf individual and critical to the achievement of the internationally agreed development goals. It recognizes the importance of preserving sign languages as part of linguistic and cultural diversity. It is also emphasizes the principle of nothing about us without us in terms of working with deaf communities. So the proposal of the day came from World Federation of the Deaf, a federation of 135 national associations of deaf people representing approximately 70 million deaf people, human rights worldwide. The resolution 72 by 161 was sponsored by the Permanent Mission of Antigua and Barbuda to the United Nations, co-sponsored by the 97 United Nations member states, and adopted by the consensus on 19th December 2017. So the choice of 23rd September commemorates the date that the WFD was established in 1951. This day marks the birth of an advocacy organization which has one of its main goals, the preservation of sign languages. So, and also the deaf culture as prerequisites to the realization of human rights of deaf people. The International Day of Sign Languages was first celebrated in 2018 as part of International Week of the Deaf. And the International Week of the Deaf was first celebrated in September 1958 and hence evolved into a global movement of a deaf unity and concerned advocacy to raise awareness to the issues of deaf people to face in their everyday lives. So the United Nations Disability Inclusion Strategy provides the foundation for the sustainable and transformative progress on disability inclusion through all pillars of the work of the United Nations, peace and security. Human rights and development, the strategy enables the UN system to support implementation of the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and other international human rights instruments, as well as the achievement of sustainable development goals. And the COVID-19 pandemic is impacting societies at their very core, depending pre-existing inequalities. Even under normal circumstances, 1 billion persons with disabilities worldwide are less likely to access education, healthcare, and livelihoods, or to participate and to be included in the community. The pandemic is intensifying these inequalities and producing new threats. Persons with disabilities are disproportionately affected by health, social, and economic impacts of COVID-19, as outlined by the Secretary General in his policy brief. So let's watch a short video. So that's how sign language is very important in achieving sustainable development goals, and also addressing human rights of people with deaf. So with that, we shall conclude this commemoration, and we'll move on to other commemorations. Today is an International Hug a Vegetarian Day. So Hug a Vegetarian Day is celebrated every year. on the fourth Friday of September. Today, this year, it is September 23rd, that is today. Many people in this world believe that humans have perfectly healthy diets without eating any meat. So while there's also a scientific explanation that supports this idea completely, there exists plenty of valid arguments to support the cause of vegetarianism. Hug a Vegetarian Day introduced people to the lifestyle, how they can incorporate more meat-free food items into their diets. And Hug a Vegetarian Day celebrates those who have taken the step to go cruelty-free by removing meat from their regular diet. This, of course, also means denouncing leather, fur, and other animal products. So the history of an Hug a Vegetarian Day is tied to the history of PETA, that is People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, which is the organization that founded uh, the day. PETA was founded in 1949 by Ingrid Newkirk. After being less than pleased by the conditions in an animal shelter, Ingrid Newkirk brought focus to the treatment of animals at some shelters and how poorly looked after they were. She went on to establish PETA to help make the lives of animals safe and dignified, and it was originally located in Rockville, Maryland in 1980 until it moved to Norfolk, Virginia. From there, it has grown internationally and became a leading symbol for the fight against animal cruelty. So, Hug a Vegetarian Day was established by PETA to celebrate and recognize those who have transitioned to a meat-free and animal product-free lifestyle. Being a vegetarian isn't always easy. In many cases, the food options tend to be uh, look limited at restaurants, and sometimes vegetarians may even experience a strange hostility in social situations because a lot of propaganda and that is and a lot of persuasion that is being carried out by media and in the society. Since vegetarianism is now becoming increasingly popular among ethical consumers and fitness enthusiasts, the options for the vegetarian plate are now wider and becoming much more wider. Today, it is relatively easy to find an alternative for most animal-based proteins. Hug a Vegetarian Day gives them a pat on their back for doing their bit in saving animal lives and reducing these methane gas emissions and pollution towards the environment. And animal cruelty and suffering reducing. A greener diet also means that they are helping to protect the environment and the planet. Even for a day, Hug a Vegetarian Day is a great way to try out lifestyle. The first animal testing case concerning the Silver Spring monkeys is appealed in the Supreme Court in 1985. And PETA sets up an office in Mumbai, India in 2000. And PETA honors Pope Francis as the person of the year for his cruelty-free lifestyle. As person of the year in 2015, as he do not consume any meat or any meat products. And Hug a Vegetarian Day is cruelty-free, and it can also be one of the most healthiest ways to eat plant foods and are loaded with nutrients to protect our health. When we are talking about going meat-free, then we have doubt that because a lot of myths are associated and a lot of propaganda in the media that if you don't eat meat and meat products, you are not going to get enough nutrients. So definitely we will have a second thought. Then how do I get nutrients? And a very simple example we can see within in our own communities, there are many people, especially not to discriminate anyone, not to, make, anything, but just telling you, uh, when we just take an example of Brahmins, they are almost occupying the highest positions, the bureaucrats, or, where they are having, they do not even consume meat, especially in the coastal areas, where that is a different, because they have whatever is locally available, they're consuming. Or, Vaishyas also, some, I'm not, specifically taking any names, but just because that is more relevant to us. They do not consume meat or any meat products, but they are very healthy and they are very intelligent too. So, and what about other people who are consuming meat on a daily basis? Are they able to, really develop themselves or contribute to the nation or themselves? And lot of, programs that widely promote these uh, meat or eggs on a daily basis. What kind? But in spite of that, we see a lot of malnutrition. So what does that mean? But by just simply consuming meat or eggs daily, that will not keep you fit, because there are various other nutrients that are required that cannot be provided with these, and these are not even affordable by many, and not sustainable also for that matter, because it creates a lot of pollution, lot of space, water, resources are required, and a lot of deforestation happens, and lot of, cruelty, suffering, pain is inflicted on the animals, and they are exploited for meat and various other things. So vegetarians have several options for sources of B12. These include dairy products such as milk, cheese, and of course, some vegans do not even consume milk also. I mean, especially dairy milk. So for them, they have this soy milk or badam milk, or, cashew milk, or various other milk options for those who don't consume these dairy products. And vegans have a more, though limited set of options, but they have very rich, nutrient rich options. And especially fortified foods are those with added vitamins and minerals, especially B12, are a great source. So, earlier days where we have very limited options, where hunting was, because the initial, when we look at the civilizations, we were literally dependent on hunting or gathering, food gathering, the Homo sapiens initially in the Stone Age, and there was no option. Whatever was available, we are consuming. But now we are not in that position. We have developed so much, and still we are, our thought process hasn't matured now. We have started using technology, and we are going to moon, and no matter where, but we are still, our minds are not matured. We are not, in spite of so much education also, we are still backward in our thought process, in our cognitive process. We are still in that mindset only, in that, thinking only that we have to now also eat meat. At that time, there was no other option, either you have to eat whatever you get. No? It was like something at that time we didn't even know how to cultivate. So whatever was available, whatever was, available in that time, and whatever they used to get, they were eating. So hunting was there. because whatever resources available in the forest, they were consuming, and as part of that, they were also hunting. So they used to eat at that time. But now we have a lot of options, where we don't need to eat meat at all. And anyway, the nutrients which we were supposed to get from meat, we are getting from other sources. Soy is a very good alternative. You can consume it and you can have the same taste, same texture, same color with soya bean meal maker. We all know nutmeg, you know. This is a perfect alternative for meat. If you know how to prepare, or there are a lot of, videos, and even if anyone is interested, also we regularly organize how to prepare, these similar taste and textures. Also, we organize online sessions also to various target audience, like housewives, and to confectionaries, and to mess hostels, and universities, or wherever where this to promote this non-vegetarian and veganism. There is a perfect alternative. Uh, Even in many, I also see, I can quote in various universities also, this practice is there. For example, in Delhi University also, they provide alternative to, meat. When, like every university, we have this all balanced diet, and there are students who are not non-vegetarians. For them also, it's also a human right. In other way, you cannot force someone to eat. So we need to have both, based on, we need to respect everyone. So even many universities, there are some universities, Gautam Buddha University, where non-veg is not at all served on the campus. I mean, when I visited, so in Noida, so there are various other campuses also, I know, because I traveled extensively all over India, and I visited more than 150, 200 universities. Maybe I don't remember exactly, but I have traveled various universities, colleges across India. So I know, I have seen also how effectively this soybean nugget, nutmegs, and meal maker is used as an alternative. And they make very good dish. And even those students who or scholars or the staff, no, who were consuming the meat also, they also express that it has similar taste and texture, and kind of experience. It's a perfect alternative. So there are alternatives, as we said. Now it's based on our interest, likes and dislikes, our priorities. There is nothing like, uh, to be practical, there is nothing like, there is no other option. If there is really no other option, then you will also leave meat also, because you have an option. That's why you are preferring meat. If you have to eat vegetable and there is no other option, you will definitely go for it. So that is what it's all about, our priorities. It's all about our conscious thinking. Whether we want to really contribute to the planet in a more sustainable way, then we'll definitely go with the vegetarian. See, it's not, I told earlier also, and today also I'm telling, it's not that I am promoting or demoting something like that, but, being conscious of what is happening around, we have to make wise choices. Of course, still after it's nothing that uh, after I say you have to be vegetarian or you have to be non-vegetarian, nothing like that. It's again one's own preferences, but, for the sake of talking objectively or scientifically, or for that matter, considering all other happenings around us. So this is one best option, where you can shift to a very healthy or sustainable diet. And there is no need, or at least nutritional need, for humans to eat any animal products. If you have any doubt also, you can call and I can give you plenty of options. And if anyone in your community also would like to explore, just let me know, leave a word with me. I will be happy to organize a special program, online program, where I can clear all the doubts. And we have a very good team internationally. We have very popular chefs also on our panel, and nutritionists who can give you perfect, you know, vegetarian diet, which can meet all of your nutrition requirements. And even as an infant, or even as a children, or even as an adolescent or an adult, they are best supplied by an animal-free diet. So definitely there is no need of consuming meat for meeting our nutritional requirements. We have a very good alternative, and wide alternatives, not just one alternative. Meat, you don't have much alternative. Either you have to consume that meat, you have very restricted choices. But again, if you shift to this, you have lot of choices. And hug a vegetarian. So hugging a vegetarian is obvious way to celebrate each other. Applaud the efforts of your vegetarian loved ones in doing a good thing for the earth and also for the animals. Eat vegetarian meals on this day. Take the meat off the table. See what a complete vegetarian meal tastes like. The best way is to go about this is by avoiding dairy, eggs, or other foods that might contain animal byproducts also, for that matter, and switch to fruits, vegetables, soy, nuts, pulses. They are very rich in nutrients. And watch a vegetarian documentary or attend sessions, webinars, seminars, conferences on vegetarian like this, for people who want to educate themselves about this important issue, or a documentary or someone reading material is a great place to get started on your vegetarian lifestyle, or join some groups, local groups or online groups, where you can find uh, almost a lot of groups are there. And India has the most number of vegetarians currently. 70% of the world vegetarian are vegetarians. I mean, not pure vegetarians, but most of the population are vegetarians only, comparatively. And we have other statistics. Why? In the sense, this is a different statistics in itself. 90% are the non-vegetarians only in one aspect, because they consume dairy products. So when we remove the dairy, we have 70% of the world's vegetarians are Indians. So we have different, based on the parameters, we have different statistics. Anyway, because earlier also we discussed, because around 75 to 90% of the Indians are meat eaters, and the consumption has also gone up. And again, that is also these all are statistical figures. With statistics, you can make anything possible. You can make upside down, down and upside. So statistical figures are different. So don't go by just simple statistics, because parameters are different. So we need to be very realistic. The scope might also be not relevant, and it also affects our genetics. A vegan diet can change more than 500 genes in just 3 months. So it can help us. Otherwise, if you eat meat, because a lot of hormones, pesticides, and lot of antibiotics are injected into these cattle and also a lot of meat animals, and that will also impact your genetic, that will interact with your genetics, and it will change your DNA or RNA, and that you will have multiple different. Now today we are seeing so many new diseases because of this only. Without understanding, without having a holistic understanding of genes, we are doing genetic engineering, we are replacing, we are modifying genes and introducing, reintroducing, and that is causing a lot of problems. Like recently, this wheat is also entirely changed. Rice is also, changed, and we still have those old varieties. But all these hybrid are creating so many diseases and disorders. And vegetarian can feed more people. As I said, plants eat 10 times more protein per acre than meat. And again, plants are used, which are used as food, are again used as a food for animals, which are used for meat. So this means again lot of wastage, lot of unproductivity, lot of wastage, or lot of misuse of the food crops or production is being used, because you are to feed to get 10 kgs of meat, for that matter 1 kg of meat, how much of cereals or how much of rice, wheat and other things you are feeding it to get. That means other people are dying with hunger. And there are very famous people who are vegetarians, like Leonardo da Vinci, Henry Ford, Brad Pitt, Albert Einstein, and Ozzy Osbourne. They never consume meat, and they are vegetarians. So don't go with the propaganda that only if you eat meat you will be healthy or you will be nutrient. But in fact, consuming meat and creates a lot of problems for us. If it is really about nutrition, there are number of alternatives. We can have one session also. Whoever is interested, let me know. I will organize one session where you can get all your doubts clarified and all your myths also busted. And it's cruelty free. Vegetarianism is denouncing all animal food products, and some might even have a dairy, give up dairy also. A cruelty free lifestyle, that means less animal suffering. So when we are not even a reason for some animal to suffer, we are not even a reason for some animal to be killed for food. And that too, we are eating a dead bodies of some animals. They are not alive, they are killed and they are served to us. So we are literally consuming dead bodies. So all these are rare. And that again, when we are discussing about mental health, psychology, psychiatry, when we are eating dead bodies, what kind of personalities we develop, and what kind of thought process we develop is also being influenced. And that's why people will say, even our scriptures also mention about sattvic diet, not rajas or tamas diet, because sattvic diets always gives rise to noble thoughts, noble process, and noble acts. So all these are very much important. And a day to try something new, like a vegetarian day, also encourages us to try a new lifestyle. Use this day to learn more about alternative lifestyle. Who knows, you might even end up liking it. And it's good for the environment. The meat industry is one of the biggest contributors of methane, a greenhouse gas emission. Switching to vegetarian means you are dedicated to making Earth a cleaner and greener planet. So this is how you are able to contribute to your health, nature's health, and also environment, health, and well-being. So other days which are related to vegetarian is June 17th, which is National Eat Your Vegetables Day, and October 1st, that is next month, we have World Vegetarian Day, and entire October is celebrated as Vegetarian Month. So be empathetic to fellow animals and move on to healthy vegetarian diet. So we shall conclude it here as we, before that, just I will quickly tell you what are the other days. Though we will not, we have we have September Equinox Day that we already discussed, both the September equinox can occur any day between September 21st to 24th, and this year it is today because of the differences between tropical year and the calendar year. We have already discussed the blunders that has been happened in creating calendar, and we are following such a calendars which doesn't have any significance. And we have seen how the calendar has moved from the traditional April month to January, and the kind of stupidity people have made and lot of pollution that creates. And across the world, we are celebrating New Year for no reason other than polluting and creating a drunkard's day on that day. So, we have seen earlier discussed about how that calendar got shifted and the kind of stupidity that has gone into that. So, and this event also marks this astrological or astronomical significance by the sun's movement as it crosses celestial equator and also heads towards the south. It is also known as southward equinox. And it is popular among astronomers and people in science industries. It signifies the end of astronomical summer and start of astronomical autumn in the northern hemisphere. So much of it is discussed already. So I am not putting much time, and we know this Julian calendar which was established somewhere around known to be 45 BC. And it sets March 25th as spring equinox. So that is regarding equinox. And today is also seed gathering season. And let me quickly give you other days also. Today is also National Temperature Control Day. So as summer turns to fall, things will get a little chill, and not just a millennial kind of way. That's why we celebrate Temperature Control Day on September 23rd. The Northern Hemisphere's fall equinox, otherwise known as the first official day of autumn. Today is known as first official day of autumn. And, the coolest holiday of the year. And we have in Western context, as after that autumn starts to shed in golden leaves, we have Halloween, Thanksgiving, family gathers and falling temperatures. Because it's cool now, people enjoy after summer. And weather patterns remain beyond our control, although inside. The temperatures always under control, especially when fall turns a bit frosty with this snowfall and temperature. And National Go with Gut Day is, especially related to the human body parts like abdomen and surrounding organs. And its health, basically gut health. And apart from that, we have a lot of commemorations like National Baker Day and Michigan's Indian Day. And today is also Bisexuality Day and Educational Technology Day to appreciate, learn about technology. And American Indian Day, so Native American Day. And we have National AFM Day. It is very important. I will just take 1 minute because that is also one of the rarest genetical disease. It is also known as acute flaccid myelitis, a serious condition of the spinal cord, including symptoms like the rapid onset of the arm or leg weakness and decreased reflexes, difficulty moving the eyes, speaking, and sometimes swallowing. On certain occasions, patients may experience numbness or pain. Complications resulting from AFM could include trouble in breathing. As of 2008, the cause of most AFM cases was still unknown and unclear. So more than 90% of the recent cases have developed after a mild viral infection, such as from enteroviruses. So basically, this is discovered recently, and the medical condition acute flaccid myelitis have been only formally tracked since 2024, with the number of cases spiking in recent years. We told a lot of genetic engineering, genetic mutation, and genetic modification. A lot of new diseases are coming up. And a group of people based in Texas reported their observation of a similar pattern in 2013 of between 1 and 4 cases annually. It is very rare and with the characteristics similar to polio. In 2014, the CDC Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report, as well as a CDC Clinician Outreach and Communication Activity Conference call, identified that many AFM cases had neck, back, or extremely pain, but otherwise, patients generally had normal sensation in their limbs, and several participants in the conference call shared with the pain later abating might precede the onset of paralysis. So, October 2014 reported described outbreaks in California, Colorado, United States, suggesting that there was a high number of cases nationwide. Diagnosis included a fully detailed medical history, MRI, imaging, and elimination of transverse myelitis or Guillain-Barré syndrome as potential causes. So physicians used an online mailing list to communicate about and compare similar cases in Alabama and Kansas. The largest known series of cases of AFM in the US was in Colorado, with 29 total and 12 of whom has been reported from August and onwards of that year. So that CDC since requested physicians provision of information about cases meeting these criteria and patients diagnosed after 1st 2014 who are not older than 21 years of age, patients showing the acute onset of off-limb weakness, and patients with spinal cord lesion largely restricted to gray matter visualized by MRI. In November 2018, the CDC reported their investigation of 286 cases with at least 116 confirmed cases in 31 states in the US. So the CDC has set up a task force to investigate the causes and treatments for AFM. So there is no currently known treatment or cure for AFM. However, the condition can be managed and prevented by vaccination. And it's not contagious, so it does not spread from one person to other. And the virus believed to cause AFM, uh, however, may not be contagious from one person to other or spread by mosquito or other vector, depending on which viruses cause AFM. So will we get rid of AFM? It varies from people and stage of severity. Some people may recover fully and quickly, and some people might have muscle weakness and lingers for a long time. And show your voice and organize a march in your community in solidarity with people dealing with acute flaccid myelitis, and they will surely appreciate it. And organize online events like this to spread awareness online and offline. And we can donate to AFM charity organizations to support them, and many more. And as you already know, or it was already mentioned, AFM attacks the nervous system, holding up the spinal cord, causing gait discomfort and greatly reducing motor function in some parts of the body. And most of the cases of AFM has been found in children. So children are more vulnerable, and though it is rare but life-threatening. Although it is an uncommon condition, it is life-threatening and has affected a reasonable number of Americans over the years. And there is no current treatment for it. And however, the condition can be managed and prevented by vaccination. And how it looks like, it's similar to poliomyelitis and thought to be somewhat related to poliomyelitis, and later was widely believed to be a cause of AFM until 2014. So with that, we shall conclude National AFM Day. And we have National Checkers Day also, or National Dogs or Pets in Politics Day. It is interesting, but we'll take up some other day. And today is also National Field Marketing Day. And also Redhead Appreciation Day. Those are like rare birds making up just some population. And we have Restless Legs Awareness Day. Some hardcore tips for a neurological condition. That is also one condition. I will quickly talk about it, and we will conclude. We'll just look at the Redhead Appreciation Day and Restless Awareness Day quickly. Redhead Appreciation Day reminds us of the beauty and uniqueness of redhead people. They possess the rarest hair shade and are often associated with having a fiery or hot-tempered nature. Whether that's true or not, we can't deny the redheads are like rare birds of paradise, making up 4% of the world's population. So they are also nicknamed as gingers, carrot tops, flamehead, or ranga, or bluey. Redheads can often feel like outcasts and stand out in the crowd. So if you are a redheaded or redheaded friend, have a redheaded friend or a family member, today is the day to appreciate them in all their flaming glory. And why this redhead? This coloring is due to mutation in the MC 1R gene that fails to produce sun's protective skin darkening emumelanin, and instead causes pale skin, freckles, and red hair. This is the reason why some people have these red hairs, no, on their heads. And ancient writers began forming conclusions in an attempt to rationalize red hair, often portraying them as warlike or uncivilized, yet also admirable. Aristotle described them as brave, but also believed redheads to be evil characters because of their hair shade matched that of a fox. Similarly, Romans regarded redheads as untrustworthy, despite many Roman women prompting wig makers to import quantities of red hair from Europe. And the suspicion of red hair continued and evolved with time. And in the Middle Ages and beyond, redheads acquired even more negative connotations. Red hair became an almost demonic badge associated with witches, vampires, and werewolves. During 16th to 18th centuries, red hair was often seen as a marker of witchcraft and magical abilities. And during witch hunts, red-haired people were often suspected and found guilty by hunters. And now redheads are often seen rare and unique. And in Denmark, having a red-headed child is considered as honor. The name of the country, Russia, means land of reds, to honor a red-handed Viking named Rurik. Only 2% of the people in the US have red hair. It's time to appreciate love redheads because they are beautiful. So we know that it is a genetical issue because of the gene mutation MC1R that causes red hair is on some gene linked to pain receptors. And it means redheads usually need more anesthesia for dental and medical procedures because their pain receptors are not that sensitive. So finally, we'll conclude by one more commemoration, Restless Leg Awareness Day. It is to raise awareness in the medical condition or syndrome. Willis-Egborn disease is a lifelong neurological condition characterized by an insatiable desire to move legs. So this a person who is having this, they are in constantly urge of moving legs in order to relieve unpleasant sensations such as creeping, crawling, pulling, itching, tingling, or burning sensations. So according to the National Institutes of Health, symptoms typically appear in the late afternoon or evening hours and are often most severe at night. So restless leg syndrome affects appropriately 12 million people in the United States. And this day is to raise public awareness about neurologic and sleep-related movement disorder. So the first restless legs syndrome awareness day was observed on 2012, September 23. And this is the birthday of Professor Carl Axel Egborn, a Swedish neurologist who described this disease in detail in his doctoral thesis in 1945. And Sir Thomas Willis was the first to describe RLS in 1672. As a result, restless leg syndrome is known as Willis-Egborn disease. Although it is unclear what causes RLS, particular gene variations, low level of iron in the brain, alterations in the dopamine system, and certain underlying illness, such as essential tremor and Parkinson's disease, are thought to be involved. Although there is no cure, several FDA-approved drugs to treat RLS include ropinirole, marketed by Requic by GlaxoSmithKline, and Mirapex, created by Boehringer Ingelheim, Horizon produced by GlaxoSmithKline and Xenoporting, and Nupro developed by Schwarz Pharma are few medications approved by FDA. So if you have a body lacking or when having restless legs, so one of the common causes might be subject to ruling out RLS in iron insufficiency. Several studies have found that iron supplementation can assist to elevate RLS symptoms. A simple blood test can detect iron deficiency. So consult a doctor if you have this and believe this pattern may be problem for you. So the majority of the time, the cause of RLS is unknown, called primarily. On the other hand, as a genetic component that can be observed in families where symptoms appear before the age of 40, RLS has been linked to specific gene variants. RLS may be also caused by low iron levels in the brain, according to evidence. And how many days when you put on the compression socks, they should feel snug but not painful on the skin. So depending on your needs, you can wear them all the day, these compression stockings. Though you should remove them before going to bed or simply for a few hours at a time. So as already discussed, it can be linked to iron deficiency. The relationship between low iron and restless legs have been extensively researched, and according to research, persons who suffer from restlessness legs lower than normal have lower than normal iron levels, and your veins are the ones to be blamed. Many patients' restless legs have been tracked back to underlying venous problems, according to their doctors. Fortunately, a recent study indicated that non-surgical vein therapy helped 98% of the individuals suffering from varicose veins. And its risk can be increased by pregnancy, as restless leg syndrome affects 1/3 of the pregnant women, and symptoms are more likely to emerge during the last 3 months of pregnancy. Although the precise reason is unknown, doctors suspect it's related to low folate and iron levels. And restless leg syndrome is a syndrome that frequently runs in families with 40 to 90% of the people affected have at least one close family member with the same condition. So the early onset variant before the age of 45 is more typically hereditary, and the late onset version symptoms after age 45. And it can be also caused by nerve damage. A nerve system illness known as peripheral neuropathy can contribute to the development of restless leg syndrome. And this disorder is frequently caused by the nerve damage caused by an injury, infection, illness, or diabetes. So this day is an opportunity to create awareness. And thank you everyone for joining us on this day and for patiently listening to us and gaining insights about various topics. So I'm launching the poll. Kindly fill up the feedback form. It is mandatory for the certificates. Poll has been launched. Quickly fill up the feedback form. So thank you everyone for joining us and enjoying the sessions. Hope everyone has enjoyed. If you have any queries, you can just unmute yourself or use chat box and continue to fill up the feedback form. Those who have attended session. So if there are no queries and everyone has filled up the feedback form, we shall conclude today's session and see you all tomorrow. Yeah, before one small announcement is there. So this August 15th, we had a special conference. So let me take 1 minute to show you. There is a form that needs to be completed by you for certificates on August 15th. You just need to visit as you all know, where to look for certificates. But let me show you once again. Just scroll down. Just before this also, you can see this schedule. Here, you can either you can go this way here. Special days you can select. And August 15th, you can reach out from here. Or here also, you can click on August 15th. Anyway, you will be taken there. So this is August 15th special conference, which we have organized with the theme of 75 speakers for 75 years. So here, these forms you can see, those who have presented, they have to provide feedback form with along with their details. They need to also upload their photo, because so you have the option in this form to upload your photographs. Upload your good photograph, because that will be used for the flyer. And you can only fill the form once, so make sure you are filling up all the details correctly. And for participants also, those who have attended, there is a form here for participants. This is for speakers and this is for participants. So quickly fill up the feedback forms for August 15th, those who have attended or presented only for them. You can fill it up. We will compare with the attendance and we will be issuing certificates. Earlier, because on that day there were a huge number of speakers like participants. So actually we have allowed everyone, whoever wants to participate or present. But till now we have sent almost 3 to 4 times mails also. But most of them has not provided all the details, and some have provided through WhatsApp. But that are inadequate, and so even some messages were lost, because daily we get thousands of messages, and it's in WhatsApp will not be a record. It can't. So always I request everyone, especially speakers, though WhatsApp is easy to quickly respond, see, but for record purposes, always email. That's why we ask you to send an email with all your details, so that they will be there for quite some time. So kindly upload your photos along with your application form, and you can fill these forms, so that once maybe by Sunday we'll close it. So try to complete by Sunday. We'll also put this message across in other channels also, like Telegram channel and WhatsApp groups and other places. Already it's there on the website. So this you can complete it. And other than that, Sundays you can visit section. And recent 18th also we issued certificates. So you can find this link from here. You can download your certificates. The daily certificates are pending that we will issue. We are also busy nowadays, quite preoccupied with various work. So we'll be doing that all at once. We'll issue. Don't worry. You can on the same day you can download lot of certificates of yours. And this Sunday we have a conference, and whoever would like to present, you can present. So feel free to share details of conference. You can see the conference details here on the main page itself. If you just scroll down after this, you can find here September 25th. This is the conference. You can find the registration form here. You can register for presentations also. You can register and share the details as required. There is various topics include suicide prevention, patient safety, equal pay, peace, sign language, disabilities, rehabilitation, and topics related to medical, health, education, environment, and sustainable development. You can present on any of these topics, including any other sustainable development is related to everything. You can present anything, any topic also fine. Even it can be legal, agriculture, anything also. So feel free to send your presentation details and registration details. And we will also update other upcoming conferences. And there is one more conference that is coming up is November. That is only for students. Only those who are students, they can, actually we are collaborating with Pure Earth Foundation. So we are there since with them with the first conference. So this is fifth conference. Yearly, they organize 2 conferences. So in April as well as November. So this November, there is a conference coming up. Those who are students, they can present their papers there also. So registration link other will be updated soon. You can register and present your papers and also participate. You will also be given participation certificate. That form will be available soon. We prepared that. It has to be updated on website. So that's all for us today. Check website. All details are mentioned there. I'm also, whenever, if you have any doubt, you can always ask me. You join in this time. Any doubts now, you join in this time when sessions are happening. And after session immediately gets completed, you ask, don't call me or message me other time, because we are also busy. And even if already everything is mentioned, in spite of that, you are not able to get, then you will definitely, even explaining also, you will not get. So if you want to show us, then this is the right time. Even on Sundays, on daily, you join us. We are there to help you. And other days are also, we have just 2-3 weekdays. I think we have to issue certificates, leaving so that is also maybe today or tomorrow you will get that certificates also. So thank you everyone for joining us. We have opportunities open up for volunteers also. Whoever would like to join as a volunteer or interns also, you can join as an intern. There is an opportunity where you will be getting a certificate also. So you can join and contribute at your flexible timings. As per your interest, you can take up activities like even introducing speakers or, preparing the proceedings or even promoting or mobilizing speakers or volunteers or apart from that, doing research also. There is also research work goes on and various other works are there. Even if you are creative, you can also take part in designing or various other aspects are there. So based on your interest, if you share your interest, we will let you know how you can contribute. And it's open for everyone, students, professionals, or there is no age restriction or no qualification as such, but as long as you are able to understand, comprehend instructions, there is also form available on the website where you can fill it up with your details and we will contact you, or you can also contact us after filling up the form. Anything else? So we shall conclude it for the day. See you all tomorrow at the same time. Take care. Good night.